We've got them everywhere. They're
hey, Infraguard tried to recruit 2 years ago. My dad came to me and he said, Homeland Security came to me and wanted to give me a card and pay me money and go to meetings to spy on my patients. That's illegal. That's, you know, a patient privilege. And I said, well, Dad, don't even go infiltrate it to find out what's going on. I thought they might have been trying to, like, infiltrate him because they knew he was my dad. They were so dumb they didn't even know it later because he actually went and found out. And it turned out they'd gone to all the dentists he knew, but at their homes, folks, they hired everybody to, quote, spy on their neighbor when you should be spying on the one telling you to spy. That's the enemy right there. The one coming saying, spy on your patients. There's about to be a civil war. That's the enemy. They're the one right there. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. And, you know, they live in your community. You may not be in the same social circles they are, but to quote Thomas Jefferson, the strongest reason for the people to retain the right to keep and bear arms is, as a last resort, to protect themselves against tyranny in government. In other words, when the government has the guns aimed at us, when they are using legislation and the color of law, because none of this is constitutional.
If you get a North Korean type leadership or a Mexican type leadership or a redcoat leadership who's coming to burn you out of house and home, you got to have guns. You're not happy about it, but it's time to stand up. Because somebody's got to be, no matter how many drones and tanks and garbage, it all comes down to the, and let me give you, America, even if they had all our guns magically gone tomorrow, you could take everything back with butcher knives in an hour. Righteousness cannot be stopped, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to be stopped. I could get all the guns I wanted in 5 minutes with a butcher knife, okay? You're willing to use it. You got the power. These evil people are cowards. That's why they've all got bodyguards and weapons. They are scared of us. They are scared of us because they know we're willing to die. I've seen FEMA training videos. I've shown it to you in Road to Tyranny, where they get back and talk trash about the founding fathers and all this stuff and say, well, these patriots are dangerous. They're not going to back off. Yeah, you got the message. We're not backing off, okay? Crush me where I stand. 10,000 more will stand right back up. That's the only reason I'm still alive. They know that. They know who I am spiritually. They know who you are spiritually, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to another call. Rick in Massachusetts. Go ahead, sir.
Alex, first-time caller, long-time listener. I love you. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
I love you, brother.
Thank you. And listen, a couple of things. One is, you know, your question about what do I think about the Republicans standing behind the attack of the Second Amendment. My grandmother had a saying, what do you expect from a pig but a grunt? And that's exactly what we're getting. We obviously, you know what's going on. We have to expect this from these people. They're all in cahoots. And then the second thing, Alex, is I was thinking after Colorado, we need to see more information about good guys that have guns and that stop perpetrators and stand up for liberty like that.
Oh, I mean, every day there's 4 or 5 articles where some guy's stabbing people in a Walmart and somebody takes them out. That just happened in Salt Lake. I mean, listen, 21 times on average. It varies year to year. For every crime committed with a gun, 21 crimes are stopped. The system knows. The average cop knows that. Okay? We'll be right back. That's right, waging war on corruption. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've studied history and what bondage is like, you'd be yelling and screaming too. You can't argue with success. I don't get up here and yell and scream on purpose. I get really threatened by this. I'm risking my life. I've been physically attacked. I've been threatened. I've had it all happen. And you wouldn't believe the stuff I've seen happen in 17 years of fighting these people toe-to-toe. And it's so real. Bondage is so real. You know, you look at the cover of Time magazine saying how guns won, why Americans have turned against gun control. No, we've woken up that it wasn't for our safety. It's because you want us to be disarmed slaves. It isn't how guns won. It's how free humanity woke up to you. See the cover at Infowars.com with our own little comment. We woke up to the fact that you are control freak tyrants who want disarmed slaves to lick your filthy boots, and it ain't happening. You may have half the public drooling and families breaking up and all your messages to break down society. It didn't work on a lot of us. This same magazine, badmouths, homeschooling, everything else. You know what? You're losing momentum every day. Your counterpart Newsweek won't even be in print now. You're a joke. And try to shut off the web. Try to shut us down. Try to persecute us. Go ahead. All I care about is beating you. And you will be beaten, you scum. Rick, you got 30 seconds. I got to go quick to everybody else. Rick, go. You're on air.
You got it, Alex. Listen, I want to throw you a musket in the fight against tyranny. I registered goodguyswithguns.com. I want to give that to InfoWars to promote videos and information of good people standing up with guns to protect our liberty and fight tyranny.
That is an awesome URL. Yes, I'll give you to my IT guy who happens to be here, one of the chief guys, and we would love to do that and maybe just have a basic site where we post videos and links to people using guns with the statistics. I meant to do that years ago. You're a godsend. I love you. Oh, we love you too, brother. We're going to beat him. Hey, Bill, will you get him on hold and get that? Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. By the way, I've got another name I meant to have you register, but I forgot. It has "Don't Tread on Me" in the headline. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, that's what it's all about. If you don't say "Don't tread on me," you're a slave. Let's go ahead, and that's why I just respect those folks in the civil rights movement who would go up against dogs and batons and rubber bullets and police dogs. I mean, freedom is not given, folks. It's taken. It's demanded, just like our forebears before that, and it's all a process. Let's talk to Jay in Austin. Jay, you're on the air. Welcome.
How you doing, Alex?
Good.
Hey, one question is you've got 80 million registered gun owners, but you also have a bunch of guys that possibly have class, A misdemeanors. And
well, let's be clear. 200 plus, it's up to 200 million owned guns. I don't know about registered gun owners. You don't have to register unless you're getting a concealed carry. But yeah, there's 200 million gun owners. If 1% fights back in gun confiscation, that's 2 million combatants. Go ahead.
And the other question is I'm retired and I live right around the corner from your office, and I would love to just come and volunteer work. I'd help your secretary or whatever, because the other volunteer work is just completely pointless now.
Well, send us your info. We're finally the level of getting interns and people, but we like to pay people. And then I don't even plug stuff like books and videos half the time. Go to InfoWarsShop.com, folks, and support us because we want to have a family here. We never done interns because it's not really about that. It's about getting somebody, training them, and then having them be here for the long haul. Of course, things are getting so bad, who knows how long the long haul will be.
I don't have a problem with that. I'll do it. I've got nothing better going on. I get my money every month. I'm retired. I will come and just help, volunteer. I don't need to meet you.
I'll tell you what, send us an email. Put him on hold and get his email, guys. Because we are looking for people to just help with basic stuff like go through emails. And because, I mean, like, we need to volunteer just with the whistleblower emails. I mean, I can't keep track of it anymore. I get all this incredible news, and I can't even analyze it. So, yeah, okay. Big thing is I've never opened this place up because I'm worried about infiltration. I finally am hiring like 15 more people. I'm tired of playing games. I want to just hardcore. I'm just trusting in God. Because we don't do anything illegal, but they can send an infiltrator in to plant drugs on us. But you know what? If they do that, that's just the way it is. I've gotten to the point where I'm going 110%, and God's going to have to take us the rest of the way. Let's go ahead and talk to Ty in California. You're on the air.
Thanks, Alex. Great to be here. I know we're pressed. I'll go fast. Republicans, Democrats, don't vote for any of them. Just don't vote for these guys anymore. City level, any level. Just, I'm saying this to everybody. Not if you are a Republican or a Democrat, you need to be non grata. You're done. You're finished. We're over. These guys have run the country for 150 years. They've run it into the ground. They've taken the most prosperous nation and destroyed it. It's just got to stop.
No, I agree with you. Having Rupert Murdoch come out and Scalia and Bill Kristol and say, oh, we don't need semi-auto. Let's just turn, I mean, that just right there, just what a bunch of trash. I mean, sure, the Republicans overall have some more constitutional stuff in their platform. When do they ever deliver on it? But then I remember how bad the Democrats are. They're even worse. But I agree with you. Let's get a Constitution party in here. Let's just, but again, the liberals aren't liberals. The average liberal thinks they're in some winners club and would literally put their kid in blenders if the government told them to do it.
Right. Liberals are not liberals. Conservatives are not conservative. These guys have been gaming us for over 100 years. Just stop it. What's the learning curve? We have to end it. And real quick, I know it's off topic, but I work in medical publishing. I can tell you so much about how they are in bed with pharma. Again, I don't want to get into it now. We're short. But
no, I know. Big pharma comes and finances them to print and say everything's loving.
But the whole clinical trial process, I could blow your mind with stuff that's going on with this.
Well, you should send us an email at whistleblower@infowars.com. You should write an article with a short bibliography to some of the... They just had a bunch of big guys come out and blow the whistle. They got $1 billion settlement with GlaxoSmithKline and others faking stuff. It's come out Merck fake trials. Of course they fake trials. Speak out against it.
I work for the company that was involved in publishing the phony Merck results. I have information about what they did that it's crazy. They're called Elsevier. They are just gigantic. Again, I don't want to get into it.
Well, you know, a big company, one of those companies, memos came out a few years ago where they talked about hunting down and eliminating their whistleblowers. And people do die. So you need to be very, now that you've talked, NSA's click, I'm not trying to scare people. It's all listened to in live time. Now, that they may not hand it over to them, but you need to go public now for your own safety. Email us at whistleblowers@infowars.com. Give us the data dump. I can turn you over to Mike Adams. He's the real expert in this area with natural news. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great. Again, I don't want to waste everyone's time. It's a very sort of long, involved kind of thing. But, yeah, I'll send you some info, and if you want to talk more, we can.
Well, I know the Merck case. They've already been caught red-handed. But, yeah, let's get you on. Send us the info. God bless you. Who's up next here? John in, John in Chicago. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, Alex, I just want to reiterate what all the other callers have been saying. The Republicans and the Democrats are sleeping in bed together, joined at the hip. It's the same party. But, you know, them bringing in foreign troops here to enforce the gun grab, let them do it. I think that will finally wake the sheeple up about what the hell is really going on in this country. And another people, we got to wake up. We got to wake up that Joe Farah and have him admit that 9/11 was an inside job and we're running the terrorists. Jump down his throat next time, Alex. Make these people wake up and admit what we all know.
Well, you know what I mean? Exactly. The globalists that have hijacked America have been caught running the terrorists. It's even in the Associated Press that all the major terrorists are CIA. It's all staged to take our liberty. And I mean, Farah admits they've used it to take our rights. We'll go all the way. I agree. Next time he's on, I'll bring that up. Thank you so much. Great points. Let's talk to Tom in Georgia, then Foxtrot. Quickly, Tom.
Hey, Alex, you brought up a good point, and it makes wheels click. What if there was Russian special forces involvement in that shooting in Aurora? And those weapons that they used just showed up in his apartment or in his possession.
Well, you know, they just had Russian soldiers doing a big drill there a month before, yeah.
There you go. Number two, I have a family member that is, you know that each one of the states has a general staff for its National Guard. You have an Air National Guard representing Army National Guard, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I have a family member that is in one of the general staffs of the southern states, general staff there, and there is more than one of these states that when the gun grab starts, the general staff of those states of the National Guard is not going to comply with the federal directive.
And that's why they've got the John Warren Defense Authorization Act to send in big army to stop them. You're right. No, the globalists, no, they're not in control. That's the thing. They are not powerful. They're weak. Once we wake up to them, it's game over. We're close to beating them. That's why they're so dangerous right now. Do people understand this?
Alex, there's 3 governors in the Southeast that have convened their general staffs to resist the federal government.
I know. I actually knew about that. I wasn't going to say it on air.
Okay.
I know. God bless you. I appreciate it. No, I hear you. We're out of time. I'm sorry to Foxtrot and Greg. If you call back tomorrow, front of the line, I promise. Man, incredible. I didn't get to the other news. I apologize. We'll cover it all tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, Infowars.com. Just defend the Republic, defend humanity, defend freedom. We're going to save the Republic.